Ensuring proper employee management is essential for the growth of every business and even institutions. So, employee management is not actually an easy job. It requires a lot of attention and care. Odoo 16 employee module is actually a very dedicated employee module which includes a lot of advanced employee management tools. So welcome back to another video where we'll be talking about the employee module of Odoo 16. Okay, so now let's get into the employee module and see what all things that module provides us. So first of all, I'm going to the employees module from here. Here is our employees. Open it, and the first thing which you find when you open the employee module is the list of employees. Okay, so you can see all the employees here, and we have two types of views for this, which is the Kanban view as well as the list view. And also you have the option to schedule activities. Okay, so this is the Kanban view, and let's go to the list view. This is the list view. So inside the list view, you have so much options like the employee, the work phone number, work email, the first contract date, and you have the activities, next activities, company, department, job position, manager, and so on. Okay, so this is the list view. Now, if you go to the Kanban view, you can see this is actually a card-like view. Okay, so inside each cards or each Kanban view, you can see the photo of the person, the name of the person, their designation, mail, and also, their phone number. So if any kind of activities are scheduled to that particular person, that activity can be seen here on the bottom of the card. So for all others, you can see a clock-like thing, which is to schedule activity. You can simply click there. Okay. But here you can see a call icon. Okay. Which is because an activity is scheduled for this particular person. So we'll see how activities and all are scheduled. I just told it because I saw that. Okay. Now, these are the employees and all. Now, if you take a look at the left side of the screen, you can see company as well as department. So this is basically for you all to see like a filtered view. Okay. Now, currently you can see company is like all is chosen for company. And if you want to see employees who belongs to only my company, then choose my company. And then only those employees will be displayed here. Okay. So I'm putting it back to all. Similarly, you have department where you have all administration, management, professional services, research and development, and so on. So these are all the departments. So if you want a department-based view, you can, get that from here. So simply choose the department. I'm choosing management. So only the employees which comes under that particular department will be displayed here on the screen. So that's the, where you can filter the view. Okay. Now here on top, like before that, I'm putting it back to all. Okay, so here you have the group by as well as filters, okay, and also you have the favorites option. So if you just open favorites, you can see it's similar to all the other favorites also, okay. It's very similar to the favorites menu in all other modules. So I'm not going deep into favorites. Here you have the group by as well as filters. So under filters, you can, you have the option to see the newly hired ones, okay. So the newly hired employees will be displayed there. Then you have absent today, right? So employees who are absent today will be displayed here. So you can see these two are absent today. And unread messages can be seen here. The contract warning. Okay. My team. Okay. Your team can be viewed here. Your department can be seen here. And you have the fixed hours as well as the flexible hours. And finally, you have the archived ones. That is, if you have archived any employees, those archived ones can be viewed here. Okay. And also you have the option to add custom filter. Okay. So you can simply add custom filter here. And then you have the group by. Okay. So under group by, you have manager, presence, department, job, skills, and tags. So if you just click on manager, you can see this will be filtered based on managers. That is, you have two managers, which is Michelle Edmond and Ronnie Hart. And all our employees which are coming under each manager is shown there. That is, it is arranged in such a way that it shows manager and employees corresponding to each manager. Okay, so that's manager. Then you have presence. That is the ones which are absent and present. In such a way, this can be displayed. Then you have the department. So you can see the department over here. That is, employees are categorized based on the departments. And then you have the job, So you can see job as human resource manager, experience developer, consultant, and so on. So job-based categorization can be viewed here. And then you have skills, okay? So these are the skills like, people who speak in English, German, Arabic, Bengali, Python, like it is also a skill, right? Python, C++, and so on, okay? So it can be grouped based on skills as well. Then you have the tags, okay? You can actually filter it based on the tags which you provide for the employees. While creating an employee, you will be providing tags, and this is filtered based on those tags which we provide, okay? So I'm removing it. So those are the things which comes under the employees. Now here you have two more things actually. One is how to create an employee and one is how to schedule activity. So first let me show you how to schedule an activity. So it's very simple. There you have an icon on the top right corner. And as you can see, an activity which is pre-scheduled is here. So if you want to schedule an activity, click on the plus icon over here and choose the person to whom you are scheduling an activity to. So I'm choosing Beth Evans. Okay, so here you can see schedule activity. That wizard has come. Now here you have to choose the activity type. Okay, so I'm choosing as meeting. Okay, and you can provide any kind of summary and all. And then you can simply open the calendar. Okay, so as you can see, the meeting is scheduled. So I schedule the meeting for today. That's the reason why it is shown in. So this is the calendar. Okay, so inside the calendar, you can see the activity which we scheduled. Okay, so I'm going back to employees and it shows in yellow color because it is scheduled for today. If it was scheduled yesterday, means it will be showing red color today. Okay, and this activity is actually scheduled for future. That's the reason why it's in green color. Now here you have different columns like email, call, meeting, test, to-do, reminder, and so on. So if you want to schedule any particular activity, you can go under each column and there you have a plus icon. From there you can schedule it. Okay, so such a window comes. You can choose the, activity type will be like already given there because you are choosing directly, right? So this is call. Now you have due date. So from here you can choose the due date and then you have the assign to, that is to whom you are assigning this, activity to, that can be chosen from here and simply save it. So once you do that, you can see an activity is scheduled corresponding to that person. So this is how activities is scheduled. Now let's go back to the Kanban view. And there you have the new icon, which is to create a new employee. So I'm going to create a new employee. Simply click on new there. And here you have the option to provide the employee's name. So I'm putting the name as, John. Putting the job position as sales manager. Okay. And then here you have tags. So you have the pre-created tags like sales, trainer, employee, consultant and all. So similarly, I'm providing it as sales. I'm putting it under the section sales. It's just a tag, okay? And here you can provide the work mobile number, work phone number, work email, company, the department to which this person belongs to. So I'm choosing the sales department. And then you have the option to choose manager for this person. So for John, I'm putting Anita Oliver as manager. Then coach will also be Anita Oliver. Okay. So you have the resume. If you have resume, you can add that over here. And also you can add skills for this person. So if you want to create a new entry, that is if you want to add skills for this person, click on create a new entry. And then you have the skill type. What kind of skill you are going to enter, which is like developing skills, language, marketing, music, and so on. So I'm putting my language, skill, I'm putting it as English. And the level of a skill, I'm putting it as C2, which is 100%. Okay. So similarly, you can add the level of the skills also. So if you want to add a new entry, you can simply click on save and new. Or if you're just adding this one, simply click on save and close. So I've added a skill for this person. Now you have the work information where you have the work address, the work location, and here you have the approvers, which is like expense, time off, time sheet, and so on. So who should approve all these things? Expense approval, I'm putting Michelle Edmond. Time off also I'm putting Michelle Edmond, and also for timesheet I'm adding Michelle Edmond. So this person will be the approver of his, that is John's, expense, time off and timesheet. And then you have the schedule, which is like flexible hours. If you're enabling it, then you can, provide the time zone here. If you're just disabling it, means you can see the standard working hours and the time zone. Okay. So you have the planning, which is the roles and default planning role. So the role can be chosen from here. Okay, it can be like developer, community manager, tester, IT technician, work planner and all. Okay. And you have the private information of each employee, where you can provide his private contact, which is address and the language, the home work distance and all. And then you have the family status, where you can put the marital status, the number of the number of dependent children. Okay, the count of children can be given here. And you have the emergency contact name and phone number section. Okay, you have the education, which is the certification level. You can choose from bachelor, graduate, master, doctor, other. So I'm putting graduate, and the field of study that can be chosen from here. You can provide it directly over here. And also the school can be given here. Similarly, you have the citizenship, where you have nationality, identification, passport number, gender, date of birth, place of birth, and country of birth. Also, you have the work permit, where you have the visa number, work permit number, visa expire date, work permit expiration date, and also work permit. So you can upload that work permit file over here simply by clicking on upload your file. So those are the things which comes under the private information. Then you have the HR settings. So if you open that, you have the status, where you can put the employee type. Okay, so employee type, you have like employee, student, trainee, contractor, freelancer, and so on. So I'm putting it as employee itself. And the related user, you can add a related user for this person. Okay, so whoever it is, you can choose it from here. And then you have the payroll section, where you can provide the job position, the registration number of the employee, and all those things. And then you have the attendance and point of sale, and also the manufacturing section. So there you have the PIN code and badge ID. So I'm setting a PIN code for this person and giving a badge ID for this person, also generating a badge. So using this PIN ID, what this person can do is he can, log into the sessions, that is the POS sessions and all. He'll get a badge, he can use it to scan. Okay. So that's the thing which is done in the HR settings. And then you have the application settings, where you have the hourly cost of the person, fleet mobility card. And also you can see the next appraisal date. Okay. So these are the things which comes under the employee creation. Okay. You have some smart tabs saying documents, planning, timesheet, equipments, contracts, work entries, pay slips, and under more you have the hours worked. So these will all be related to this particular employee. Okay. And if you want to request appraisal, you can simply click on this button saying request appraisal. Okay. And here you have the option to provide the appraisal request. That is the employee's feedback as well as the manager's feedback will be here. The skills and the private note. Okay. So currently we are not going to appraisal and all. We have a different module for that. Okay. Then you have the launch plan as well as the signature request. So signature request and all is requesting for signature to this person. So you can choose the document which has to be signed. Choose that from here. Choose the employee who have to sign it and then send it. So this will actually be a mail. So this mail will be sent to that person, and from the mail or through the mail he can mark his signature over there. Okay. And that's the employees. That's all about the employee section. Now you have the contracts. Okay. So all the contracts, that is the all active contracts, can be seen here. Okay. So this is the employees. You have filters where you have running contracts. So click on that. All the contracts which are currently running is there, because as you can see here, you have the status. And then you have the contracts to be reviewed. So here you have a contract which has to be reviewed. If you just open it, you can see the status as new. Okay. So this is new, and you have the option to create a new one as well as signature request. Okay. So that's the, contracts to be reviewed. And then you have no contracts. That is the employees with no contracts that can be viewed here. So this is John. We've never assigned him to any contract. That's the reason why he is displayed over there. No contracts. And then you have part-time. So part-time employees can be seen here. Then you have currently under contract. So people who are currently working under a contract can be viewed here. Then you have active employees. Okay. So this is the active employees of the company. And also you can add custom filter. Then you have group by, where you can group it based on job position, status, reference working time, salary structure type, and also add custom group. And this is the favorite section. Okay. For this also you have two views, which is list and Kanban view. So that's the contracts. Now if you go to all contracts, okay, you can see all contracts. Like under each stage, contracts can be viewed. Like you have the new one, running one, expired one, as well as the cancelled one. Okay. So that can be viewed here. And if you want to create a new contract, click on new, give the contract reference. I'm putting the EMS new contract, add the employee. So I'm adding John, which we created right now. And the contract start date as well as end date has to be provided. So it's starting today to, I'm putting September 27. And the salary structure type, I'm putting it as employee. Okay. The working schedule can be added here, like the standard 40 hours per week or whatever it is. You can choose it from the options below. And then you have work entry source, which is working schedule, attendance, and planning. Okay. So you can choose the work entry source. And also you have the department of this person, the wage on payroll, job position, contract type. Okay. So you have these much contract types like permanent, temporary, interim, CDD, CIP, replacement, and so on. And then you have the HR responsible for this. So I'm putting Michelle Edmond. Here you have the contract details like the analytic account. So I'm adding the analytic account as administrative. Then you have the contract template. So you can choose the contract template from here. Then you have new contract document template. And you have the contract update document template. So you can add all the contract details from here. Then you have the salary information of this person. So the wage type and monthly wage as well as the yearly cost. Okay, that all can be given here. Then the personal documents as well as the part-time. Whether this person is a part-time or not, that can be checked from here. Okay, and you can see the part-time work entry type also. So that's how you add it. Once you're done, simply click on save. So we've never provided any contract details. So that's the reason why it shows invalid fields. So I'm adding new contract document template. So let's add employment contract PDF. Okay, so that's done. Save it. Okay, so new contract is created. Now let's put it to running stage. Okay, from here you can change the stage of the contract which you create. Okay. Now you have the option to generate simulation link as well as a signature request can be sent to the employee. Okay. Now let's go back to contracts. So John will be there under running state. Okay, which is the new contract, as you can see it here. So that's the employees option. Then you have the department. Open that. Here you can see all active departments. Now, if you want to create a new department, you can simply click on new button there and create a new department. So you have the administration, which is a department. Under that, you can see your company, how many appraisals are there and how many employees are there. Okay. So let's create a new department. So I'm putting media department or something. Okay. And I'm selecting a manager. So I'll put Ernest Reed as the manager. The parent department, I'm putting it as management. And the custom appraisal template, you can choose an appraisal template or you can simply change it from here, okay, if you want. So this will be the custom appraisal template. And after that, you have the company as well as the appraisal survey. Okay. So this is how you create a department and simply save it. Now, if you're putting any employee under this department, it will be showing here. If you go back, you have the, you have media here. If you click on employees, it's actually 0 employees. Now, if you're creating a new employee, you can add the department as media. As you add employees, that count can be seen here. So that's the departments. Then we have the reporting section where you have the contracts, presence, and skills. So this is the contracts. So under employee contracts, you have the employees analysis, where you can get 2 types of view, which is the pivot table as well as the graphical view. So this is the pivot table where you have administration, research and department and so on, which is the departments. And you have the employee wage, fuel card, annual employee budget, new employees and departure employees. So if you just go to the measures, you can see and add measures to the table. So once I clicked on this duration contract is added. Let's add full-time equivalent today, that is also added. So similarly, whatever you want, I'm adding count also. Okay. So whatever you want, you can add that to the table. Okay. Now you have the option to flip the axis, expand the table, as well as the option to download the XLSX file. Okay. Now, if you want to insert this into spreadsheet, you can do that from here. Click on insert in spreadsheet, open the spreadsheet on which you want to insert it into. So you have blank spreadsheet, untitled spreadsheet and all. I'm putting it into a blank spreadsheet. So as you can see, new spreadsheet created in documents, and here you have the table which has been inserted into the spreadsheet. Now let's go back to the employee analysis. Okay. So that was the employee analysis. Then you have presence. Okay. So this is the presence where you can see the absent and present people, and you can see the time of the SMS log and all. Okay. So here you can see set as absent. If you want to set this person as absent, you can simply click on that. Okay. And here you have SMS as well as log. So if you want to send any kind of SMS or log regarding the attendance to any kind of, any employee, you can simply click on SMS button. Okay. Or log means a log note can be written and a mail will be sent to the person. So that's the employee presence to define. Okay. This is not yet defined. Now here you have a tick and all. Set is present. Okay. So that's the option. Here on the left side, you can see the company, the absence, presence, the department. So this is actually all. I'm only opening the present ones. Sorry, the absent ones. So only this person is absent. And here you have the present ones. So you can view that clearly from this page. So you have the Kanban view as well as the list view for the employee presence. Okay. Now if you go to new, you can add a new employee here also. Okay. You have the option to add employee from this section as well. Go back under the reporting. I'm going to contracts once again because there is also a graph view. So in the graph view, you have the line chart, bar chart and pie chart. Okay. So 3 types of graphs are there. Then you have the start view, cumulative view, descending as well as the ascending order. Okay. Now you can measure it. Measure in the sense you have different measures. You can add measures towards the graph. Okay. Which will obviously bring a change in your graph. And then you have the option to insert it into a spreadsheet as I've shown before. Okay. Now in reporting, we have skills. So you can see the skills of the employees. Okay. Skills which we provide while we create employees. So here you have the employee, the skill type, skill level and level progress. So that can be seen here. As you can see, skill corresponding to each employees are here. For Abigail, 9 skills are added like music, marketing, developing and so on. So all the skills can be viewed here. So that's the employee skills. So if you want to see that in a pivot table, that is also possible. So here you have the employees and the skills. Okay. And also the level progress. Okay. So that's the skills. Now you have the configuration. So under configuration, you have a lot of things. So we'll go to settings first. So click on settings. It's loading. Let's wait. So here you have different sections like the employees, work organization, employee update rights, and also extra time of allocation. So in employees, you have the presence control as well as the advanced presence control. So the presence control will be based on attendance or based on user status in the system. Okay, both are checked. Then you have the advanced presence control, which is presence reporting screen, email, and IP address control. So based on number of mails sent or minimum number of mails to be sent can be set here. So based on the number of mails you send, the advanced presence control works. And also you have based on IP address. Okay. So that's the employees, where you also have skill management. So when you check this, you can see the skills and you can also add resumes, like while you create an employee. And then you have the work organization, which is the company working hours. So you can set a default one here, like standard 40 hours per week, which is currently set here under the work organization. Then you have the employee update rights. So you can see employee editing, which is like allow employees to update their own data. So if you're willing to allow your employees to update their own data, then what you can do is check that box, which is employee editing. And then you have extra time of allocation, which is like, if the employee requested extra time off in his salary information or salary configurator, create automatically the allocation request. That's the reason why you have such an option, which is the extra time of allocation. So you can check that also. And you can choose the time of type. Okay, in which time of time this should work. So I'm putting like extra time off. Okay. And once you are done, you can, simply save the changes. So those are the things which comes under the settings. Now, under configuration, we have a few things more. Okay, let's wait for it to get loaded again. Okay, so in configuration, you have the employee section. So under employees, you have the departments, work location, departure reason, skill types, and tags. So let's open the departments first. So this is the departments, okay? You can create departments from here also. So I'll show you creating one. Click on new. So I'm putting a department as new department, okay? And you can add the manager of this department. Then you have the option to add parent department. So I'm putting management and the template can be added here and then save it. So as you have seen, departments can be created under the department section also. From the configuration as well, you can create departments. So that's the departments. You can see the pre-created departments here. Now you have the work locations. So this is the work locations. You can add work locations here. You can see an pre-created one like building 1, second floor, my company, and all. So simply click on new. You can add the location here. So I'm putting as new location. And the work address should be given here. So I'm putting Abigail Peterson. And the location number can be provided here. Okay. So once you're done, you can simply save it. Okay. And then you can view the locations here, work locations here. Now under configuration, you have the departure reasons. So departure reasons are the reasons why that employee left your office. So you have different reasons like fired, resigned, retired, became freelance, and so on. So click on new for adding a new departure reason. So I'm simply adding one demo thing like new, saving it. So here you have the departure reason. Now you can also add a reason code. Okay, you can just add any kind of code for you as numbers and all. So that's the departure reason. Then you have the skill types. So skill types can be like developing skills, language skills, marketing skills, music skills, and so on. So similarly, if you have any other type of skills that can be added here, click on new. Then here you have to provide the skill type name. So if I am also giving languages, then here you have the option to add the skills. Okay, skills can be added and also the levels. Okay, you can add different levels, like name of the level I'm putting as level 1 and the progress. What is the progress of that particular level? I'm putting 10%. Similarly to 100%, you can add or create levels. So that's how you add the skill types. I'm just discarding it because you already have languages. I'll open that and show. So here you have the language, which is the skill type. You have the skills here and different levels of that particular skill. And you have tags over here. Okay, so different tags are here. So these tags were used while you created the employees. Okay, so this is the option to create employee tags, and these tags are actually used inside the employee creation. So currently we have different tags like sales, trainer, employee, consultant and all. So creating a tag is very simple. Click on new and provide the tag name over here. That's it. Now under configuration, you have line types, which is for resume. Okay, so open that. You have like the lines which should come under the resume, like experience, education, internal certification, completed internal training and all. So similarly, if you want to add one, click on the new and provide the line name over here. That's it. So I'm discarding it. Now for configuration, we have recruitment, where you have job position as well as employment types. So click on job position. So you have different job positions here. So I'm adding a new job position like teacher or something. Sorry. Teacher. And the recruitment, under recruitment, you can see the recruitment tab where you have the department. So I'm putting the department as research and development. Then you have the job location. So adding a job location over here. That can be added. And then you have the employment type, the company and so on, which is simply under the recruitment tab. Okay. And then you have the target over here. Okay. So one new employee is here, and whether it's published or not in website, that can be done from here. You can publish it from here. Then you have the website, the recruiter, the interviewers, interview form and contract template. Okay. So this is actually for if you're recruiting for this particular job position, then you can use this section. Okay. Then you have a job summary where you can provide the job summary. You can write a small description about that particular job position. Okay. So that's the job position. And you have the employment types actually. So let's go to employment types. You have like permanent, temporary, interim, replacement, and so on. So the employment type also can be created from here. So I'm simply putting new, saving it. So it's very easy to create employment types also. Now under configuration, you have the contracts, which is templates. So contract templates can be created here. If you click on new, you can put as contract reference. Okay. So the reference. And then you have the salary structure type, so which is employee, the working schedule, the work entry source. Similarly, you have the department, wage on payroll, job position, contract type, HR responsible, and also new contract document template. Then you have the contract update document template. Then comes the salary information as well as the part-time. So this we already seen when we were creating a contract. Okay. So this is to pre-built a contract template, and this template can be used further in contracts. Okay. So simply save it. So I have to provide the HR. So that's done. Save it. Okay. So that's contract template. And then you have, okay, the onboarding and offboarding plans. So click on that. Here you have the onboarding as well as the offboarding, and the steps count can be given here. So if you want to add any new plans, click on new here. Provide the plan name. I'll put as new onboarding. And provide the department over here. I'll put management. And then the activity type. That is the activities which are to be generated. Like it can be email, meeting, call, whatever it is. So I'm putting email, save and close. So one activity is, set it or saved under this particular plan, onboarding or offboarding plan. Okay, so that's done. Then under configuration, you have like under challenges, you have badges, challenges and goals history. So based on the performance of each employee, we can, give them badges. So these are the badges which are there in our system. So if you want to add a new badge, you can simply click on new and, provide the name of the badge. I'm putting the name as problem solver. The badge description can be given here, and granting is allowance to grant. That is, whoever can grant this, okay? Whether everyone or a selected list of users or people having some badges or no one assigned through challenges. So I'm putting it as everyone, and monthly limited sending, that can also be done. Limited number, I'm putting it as 10. And if you want to add any rewards for the challenges, you can add it from here. And also the badge level, I'm putting it as gold. You have 3 levels, which is gold, silver and bronze. And then you have the statistics. Simply save it, and if you want to grant this badge to anyone, simply click on grant this badge. So now in configuration, we have the challenges, and under challenges you have badge, challenges and goal history. So first let's go for badges. So these are the badges which are already created, okay? Now if you want to, add or create a new badge, you have to simply click on new. So these badges are the ones which we grant to people, employees, based on their performance and all, okay? So you can simply click on new here, and you can provide the name of the badge. So I'm providing the name as problem solver itself. Okay. Now after that, you have the badge description over here. That is, you can provide the badge description, and then you have the allowance to grant. That is, who all can grant this badge to someone. Either it can be everyone or selected list of users or even people having some badges, or no one, that is assigned only through challenges. So whatever mode it is, you can choose that from the allowance to grant section. And then you have the monthly limited sending, okay? So if it's limited, means you can check it and set the limit, okay? So I'm setting the limit to 20. And if you want to add rewards for this challenge, you can simply add it from here. Click on add, and whatever the reward is, you can add it from here, okay? Now after that, you have the forum badge level. So it can be bronze, silver and gold. So whatever the badge level is, that you can choose it from here. And then you have the statistics, and here you have the total, my total and so on. So from here you can simply save it. So badges, you can see the badges you create here, okay? So that's the badges. Now under the configuration, you have challenges. So this is the challenges. This was a challenge which is pre-created. Let's open it. Here you have the challenge name and the assigned challenge to whom you are going to assign it. That can be given as a role or a condition, okay? And the records which are satisfying that condition will be displayed here. And you can put the recurrence, that is the periodicity, whether it should be repeated monthly, weekly and so on, that can be provided here. And then you have the display mode like individual goals or leader goals, that is for group ranking, whatever it is. And then you have the responsible person, and you have the start and end date. Also, you have the goal definition where you can provide the goals. Okay, then you have the reward and also advanced option. So under reward, you can, set the rewards for this particular challenge. And then you have the advanced option where you have the subscriptions, that is suggest to users, and then notification messages. Then you have the reminders for manual goal. Okay, and then you have the category, okay, which is like appear in which category. That category can be chosen from here. So that's the challenges. And finally, we have the goals history. This is actually the history of goals which is achieved by different person. So you have the start date, end date, current history and all, and the points to reach and all, okay? So here you can see the current value is given here, and to reach how much is remaining, that is also given here. So you have that for Michelle admin as well as Mark demo. So invoiced one is here, and goals are properly given here. So this is the goal history. Okay, so these are the main things which comes under the employee module. Okay, this module is very simple to use actually, and it is very efficient because you can manage everything regarding the employees. Okay, and managing everything regarding the employees is not a really easy task, right? So using this Odoo's employee module, we can easily manage everything corresponding to an employee. So that's all about the employee module of Odoo 16. I hope it's really clear for you all. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.